Good morning. It's Monday morning. It's September 21st, the first day of fall, I do believe. And it is really a beautiful day in New York City. I'm now on West End Avenue, waiting for 11 o'clock to roll around. I have a half an hour until I can get out of the car. And I didn't bring a newspaper with me. I knew I should have, but I didn't. So I have nothing to actually read to you. So I'll have to extemporize. Certain matters are very much on my mind, one of which is, of course, the Tea Party, politics in America. And what is the Tea Party? And it's people are starting to really ask that question. Starting to wonder, what is this Tea Party? Is it any good? Is it going to mean anything for the United States? Well, oh, you know who I heard this morning on the radio? It was Tom Freidman, the writer for the New York Times. And he made so much sense talking about how the Chinese are taking advantage of the need for, I hate the word green, but I'll use it, green technology, meaning, it makes me dizzy to even say green. I hate the word so much. But what I do like is getting away from burning fuel. I'd love to say nuclear energy is the way, but in fact, until we learn to dispose of street cleaner went right past us. Apparently he's already cleaned here, and he knows it because everybody's parked here. That was a mighty fell swoop. But getting back to the green energy thing, Tom Freidman is showing how the Chinese are making such great strides into the worlds of what's the word used besides green? Because green is so misused. Green is everybody wants to be green, and it doesn't even matter. The big greening we need to do is to stop burning fossil fuel. That's it. And the only way to do that is to rev up all the other sources of energy, which of course will be more expensive, but we've got to pay for it more. We've got to pay more for it. Solar and wind and sea power, these energy machines that bob up and down off the coast with the waves and take advantage of the power of the waves. Well, that's very good stuff, but it's expensive, but we've got to pay for it. And we're going to have to pay for it, and it's going to be expensive, and somebody's going to make a lot of money from it, because it's going to happen. We're caught in a very little silly season here, where the people who currently run businesses involving the production of energy, coal, fuel, you know who they are, don't want to change over, and they'll do everything they can to keep us from changing over, including paying senators to vote against it. Well, that's the way our democracy works. Most democracies work. China can do it because it's not a democracy. It's a dictatorship. They just tell you how things are going to be, and they do it. But they're a smart bunch of guys, so they're figuring it out. In this country, we've got a democracy that's pretty corruptible. A little bit of money in the right hands goes a long way. So we're going to get way behind in what's inevitably the production of pollution-free energy. Now, pollution-free can only mean the things we've mentioned. Wind, solar, waves, and I would say nuclear, except nuclear, you'd have to have a foolproof way of doing it, because one bed, another Chernobyl or two, and we won't be able to use it at all. And the fact is, there will be another Chernobyl, probably. You can't see how it wouldn't happen. And we don't know what to do with the waste matter. Nobody knows what to do with nuclear waste. Right? Right. I say, put it into orbit and put it in a rocket ship and send it to the sun. which is all nice in principle, except that if it doesn't make it to the sun for some reason, it's going to fall into the ocean. It's too expensive. Nobody wants to spend the money at it. I understand that. And while electric cars are beautiful and lovely, and surely are the answer for the future, how you produce the electricity to power the cars is very dangerous. I mean, there's nothing green about that right now. It's burning coal, burning gasoline. I don't know how you produce energy, how electric plants produce energy, but I mean, hydroelectric power, of course, is relatively clean, except that the huge amount of energy put into building a dam makes it very ungreen. So you just got to look at everything as every source of energy. Everything that starts has got to be done with solar energy. Energy from the sun, one way or the other. It's all energy from the sun. Wind is energy from the sun. Solar energy is energy from the sun. And waves. And of course there's thermal heating using the depths of the earth, the heat down there. But I don't know if that's such a good idea, because then you're going to start using that up. I mean, I suppose that the amount used would be small, but there's only so much heat going on down in the earth, in the core of the earth. I mean, how it keeps itself hot, I don't know. And what happens if we start draining it? And what about earthquakes? And what does that do? Nobody seems to really know. I think people have tried and it caused problems. So maybe there certainly should be a better way to do it. And probably is tappable. So that was a very interesting talk on Don Imus this morning by Tom Freidman, who really is quite the economic thinker, who I agree with. I can't disagree with him. I never can disagree with him. So that's about that. I think I'm going to look at the Tom Freidman website just to see what's going on with him, because he's remarkable. Okay.